Hello everybody and welcome to episode 86 of the Chesterfield of Dreams, and our assault on the league continues with the home game against high-flying Arsenal, at least you would have thought, but they're currently in 5th place. As for Chesterfield, we are starting to rescue our season just a little bit. We've won 3 games and drawn once since our horrible 5 defeats in a row. We've actually conceded 20 goals now, one of the worst defensive records in the league, but 18 goals is among the best in the goal scoring department, so we really need to improve in that area. But the likes of Newcastle, Liverpool, Manchester United and Chelsea will be itching to pull away from the likes of Arsenal, Manchester City, so that's why Arsenal will really want to win this game. They might go second again if the result goes their way, but for me, we really want to get back in the top 10, where I feel we need to be more often than not. But let's just see how we've done since the last episode where we were humbled. I think against Swansea, yeah, that would have been it. So we lost 2-1 to them. Oh no, that was a little while ago. I think was it this game? It must have been. Yeah, okay. So then after that we lost Huddersfield 2-1. We got our first win against Martimo by 4-1. Yeah, this is actually where we stopped, excuse me. So we beat QPR 4-3 on my birthday. Then we had the international break, and then we got revenge on Swansea. Tom Bertram did a fantastic job off the bench. I actually put him up front, and he scored a great brace to save our skins, and it was really impressive from the German getting back from injury to score 2 goals like that. And then a really poor performance in Europe. Looked to be anything but for the first 50 minutes or so, but against Botef, we gave away so many chances, and they even scored 2 of them, so it gave us a nervy last few minutes, but we escaped Bulgaria with all 3 points, and they'll be looking for payback in England when we play on Thursday. We only created 3 chances on target and scored them all, so a little bit of FIFA aids translating to Football Manager here. But that leaves the group reasonably open. We're on 7 points. Martimo are on 4. Dynamo Kiev 3. Botef are on 1. So if we win the next game and Martimo and Dynamo Kiev draw, then we should be able to qualify automatically with minimum fuss. And then a game we probably could have won against the team we hate, being up against it is of course Leicester City. It was a bit of an ill-tempered game. 2 players got injured. Yarmesa not too bad actually, but Bertram, he's actually match fit. But as for their guy Kilma, he's okay as well, so that's reasonable enough. But we took the lead through Henrik Gulden. He's in fabulous form, as I mentioned, and Anthony Knockaert had a big contribution make when he got that equaliser. But Leicester probably deserved the win at the King Power, but thankfully we held out, and we were the second best manager of the month according to the Premier League awards ceremony, or awards people. So that was big lift. And then we've 3 TV games in a row, with the home game against Arsenal, then in the Europa League, and then Manchester City away. So if we don't get a result against Arsenal, I fear we'll slip back down the table, because you look at Derby and Newcastle, they're very contrasting games as well. We have the rivalry with Derby, and of course Newcastle will be itching to get revenge on the FA Cup against us. But I've got a reasonably well named squad. I have no fears in that regard. Arsenal do have every bit of a chance, but if you look at the Premier League fixtures from earlier today, you can see Manchester United missed a chance to catch up to the league leaders. Chelsea, Liverpool, Watford, Sheffield United and Everton all won, which is not good. I don't want Everton to get ahead of us anytime soon, but this is the big game of Saturday before we move on to Sunday derby with Middlesbrough and Newcastle. So this will be my team for the game. Not really too much in the way of changes, but the 4-2-3-1 formation is back, and I hope it'll pay off in this massive game against Arsenal. So I'll see you at the match screen. Arsenal have a similar formation to us, just a little bit more conservative, not playing anybody in the attacking portion of the pitch behind Rodgers, but the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Ramsey, William Carvalho, Sam Houghton, etc., will provide a big challenge for Chesterfield if we don't apply ourselves. But I do believe this team has a respectable chance of getting a win, since we do like playing Arsenal and we haven't lost to them in quite some time. So I hope that record continues. But the fans really need to up the ante. We've let them down, and finally we seem to be regaining their trust. So that's my motivation today. Get them their money's worth today and climb up the league table where we need to be if we're going to stand any chance of getting into Europe for the third season in a row. But it's time for kick-off. David Shanahan, the least played player so far in this 11, but he's back from injury, and I really hope he can deliver, as well as the rest of the team, for kick-off. The sounds are pretty much what you'd expect, a raucous atmosphere. We need to win, and Bemboletta getting us off to a good start. Boring to Pinot, and now Henrik Gulden loves to score against the Arsenal. That's something that you must consider, but that's given away. Oh, Mesa! Good opportunity inside 40 seconds. That would have been a huge opportunity to score if we could have taken it, but not to be. But now Pinot, he's lost it, but we gain it back. Jamal Hoogland and off right, earning a pretty respectable relationship early on, and Kinsella hits the post. It was nearly one of those typical rebounded free kick shots, and that's saved again by Szczesny. Mesa can't get there, and Arsenal really not looking too healthy in these opening few minutes. That's good to see. We need to keep it up here, and we might get an early goal. Kinsella and Bemboletta, back to Henrik Gulden and Boring and Cook and Mesa. Good block. We just can't get the cross-field balls to split the Arsenal defence. Good set piece, but Mesa, really uncharacteristic touch there. He's let us lose the possession there, but looking okay. Let's try and keep it up. Arsenal very packed in the midfield. Rodgers isolated, but when you have playmakers helping you out, you have a reasonable chance. But unfortunately for Arsenal, they've lost possession, and Callum Cook will try and counter. Mesa, he's gone for the jugular. And he should have gotten it on target. That was a glaring opportunity again for Mesa. He had to challenge Szczesny more than that. But long ball, really poor from Arsenal. I don't know what they're doing today. The formation is either not working or the players are just lacking in confidence. Boring and Pinot working well. Cook, the attacking midfielder. Mesa releases Kinsella, and he could have taken time out to work at first touch, but he decided to go for a instant hit. And we have to keep going here. Gulden, not as good enough there. The keeper was well out of place, but Gulden back to Kinsella, open goal, and Szczesny really has to hang his head in shame. I don't know what he was doing. One of the easiest goals Stephen Kinsella will ever score. The keeper's positioning was outrageously bad, and I feel really sorry for Arsenal having a goalkeeper just not concentrate like that. But thankfully we get the lead here, and we have to work, hope for a second goal. But here's Houghton. That was a thunderbolt, and he's put it wide. Arsenal still only have one shot on target from 3 full attempts, but now they look a little bit better. William Carvalho's forward to Houghton. He's a live wire, and Carvalho wins a corner. Concentration now needed. It's Arsenal's corner. It's their third of the game, and they've not made it count. Callum Cook and Mesa kind of disappointing so far, but Gulden, no, not what I like to see. That was row F as opposed to row A, or even the back of the net where it really should be going. But that's half time. A poor game, but Chesterfield have done reasonably well for themselves, and I think we're capable of better than this. Get the results and really build the confidence again, because the players were demanding answers from me for the really poor September period, and I gave them an apology, and it seems to be the mutual benefit is now in place. I'm getting my tactics better, and the players are enjoying that just as much. But Gulden already making a break for it. Good header. It's straight back to Gulden, but that was casual. Mesa was not prepared for that pass. But look at this, the short play is tearing Arsenal into ribbons. And that's Callum Cook as he scored. He has. It's his first Premier League goal in a year. He scored in every other competition but the Premier League, and now he's made it 2 to the good. And that is such a pivotal goal. And I don't believe this. It's 3. Stephen Kinsella has done it this time, and the Arsenal fans in the stand adjacent to the camera here are devastated by this. But I'm not. We've gotten the lead we so craved, and it could be worse. Oh no, not quite. But Bemboletta could have a second crack of the whip. Cook, Goulden! Oh no, it's not to be. That would have been immense. Henrik Goulden loves these kind of games, but now we're going to make a substitution. You don't need to change a winning team, but when you've got players getting tired, you have to respond. And my decision will be who can I play? I don't know actually. Probably one of the midfielders for a start. Sam Zand will replace Ronnie Pino. Yes. Callum Cook could come off as well. I'll play Pinilios there. Can I do that? Not really. Kinsella is reasonable enough. He'd love a hat-trick, so that's what I'll do. I'll give Kinsella a little run out in the centre of midfield and see if he can get in position for a hat-trick. But Yair Messa and Henrik Goulden look the likeliest to get their names on the score sheet. But it's Callum Cook and Stephen Kinsella getting the job done for us so far. And Arsenal really don't have an answer for us today. And the TV cameras will take note of this, and Chesterfield will finally get themselves in the top 10. Let's keep going. Hopefully keep a clean sheet. The keeper, Linus Muller, needs a little lift so badly. But now Pinilios down the right hand wing, but Samir is able to tackle cleanly. And Pinilios, of course, is injury prone, so we don't need him injured. But now I'll take off Kinsella. I don't think he'll get his hat-trick. And we'll bring on Tomas Forza and let Mesa go into the number 9 spot instead. But Forza, he could do with a goal for sure, but I don't think I've given him enough time. But you never know. Arsenal looking ragged, even though it's been another boring second half. Just the 2 goals lifting my spirits. Forza already making good contribution. Here he is again, the Norwegian. Goes out wide, Pinilios and Goulden. It's Pinilios' goal. Oh, I didn't see that one clearly, but that was ABC 1-2-3 child's play. Arsenal absolutely humiliated. They'll be in detention for the next week from their margin. That could be 5. Oh, wordy word. Oh God, what was Szczesny doing? It's absolutely ridiculous from Arsenal, but Chesterfield have done themselves really proud today. We've turned a nervy situation into a cruise control situation. We could be getting 6. The crowd are baying for a 6th goal. We don't have a hat-trick man on the pitch at the minute. Everyone has scored once apart from Kinsella, but this could be 6. Pinilios back to boring, and that's a good save. Well played by the keeper this time. But this is absolutely one-of-a-kind stuff. Arsenal have absolutely crumbled. That's Henrik Goulden. Could it be? No. Poor execution of the cross. But look at that result. 5-0. My hand is pretty much shaking here. That is a brilliant result at a time of great desperation. We really had to win this game, and we've come and left with shining colours, no doubt about it. Well, my word, that is really, really important now. We're 6 points behind Arsenal. All of a sudden, 4 wins out of 10 games is not what I like to see, but we are getting on the right track. Arsenal have really, really been disappointing. The Gunners are, going to be left for dead if they're going to play like that again. Absolutely simple. We didn't have to do anything, extraordinary to beat them. We just tore them apart with Kinsella, Cook, Pinilios and Forza each scoring a goal, and Forces will go down as one of the poorest ever conceded by the Gunners, and Ben Bolette is going to be triggering a buyout clause or something for playing so many games, but Goulden has been awarded man of the match. But no more time for you guys today. I'm really sorry about that, but when we return, I hope that November will be a good month, and then I think Newcastle will be a good game after the FA Cup drama. We could definitely do with beating them in the Premier League. But that's all I have time for you today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.